you're watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I'm Elisa. Welcome to September. This is the September monthly reading, so we usually do these giveaways that are kind of headquartered in the monthly reading, just kind of like an overview of the whole month. So last month in August, the giveaway was Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. I've got several of her decks, and I really love this one. I love the artwork on it, and I'm gonna pick a winner for it. So not a lot of entries on this one. I don't think I did a very good job necessarily of promoting it, but you know, better chances for the people who entered. So looks like we've got Apoorva. I hope I said that right, but that's, you won. I think this might be the third month in a row that I'm sending a deck to India. I'm not sure, but congrats. I want to also let you know that the giveaway for September is going to be the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, which is this fairly new deck that I got, which I really love. It's got a lot of sparkles. I've been using it. I used it in all the readings in August. And if you're interested in entering that, the giveaway, I'm going to have links in the description box down below. There's going to be one on Instagram, one on Facebook, where you can put your entry. And basically, you just put your YouTube handle and then tag a friend, you know, and that's it. It's real easy. So yeah, good luck. I'm going to feature this deck a little bit later on in the reading, but I'm going to go to the Mystical Shaman Oracle to start the reading out. So the monthly reading in August was pretty interesting. I mean, it was kind of like a harsh reality check coming, you know, to the surface, where it's just like, can no longer be denied, you know, and but it was kind of like making way for a new beginning, you know. So ultimately it was a positive thing, but we definitely ended August with a bang. Like, I think the last reading was called Popping the Princess Bubble, you know, so because it's like we'd been kind of like circling around this reality check like the whole month. I thought it was going to be over with in the first week, and then it was just going to be like, you know, ding dong, the witch is dead, you know, and like moving on. But like, no, it was like, it kind of like reared its head, and then it was just sort of like buried, you know, and it's like had to kind of keep being it like kind of had to insistently present itself throughout the whole month, I think, you know, because it's like, you know, it wasn't necessarily a convenient thing for everyone who came across it, I guess, you know. I mean, that happens. So anyways, want to let you know, if you're new to the channel, I've got the videos in this channel arranged according to storyline and not necessarily according to date or zodiac sign. Interesting. So, you know, I arrange playlists on the channel where I, you know, put, oh my gosh, things together, you know, that are related. I also will link videos up here that are related to each specific reading. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if people really use that as much, but like I spend a lot of time on it because I think it's kind of cool to like browse the channel that way. So if you feel like checking it out, like I think it's a good way to browse. Okay, so I'm gonna, it's like, actually so far the cards that have come out have been, oh wow, like super climactic, like very climactic month for sure. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have the Witness. So this is kind of a card of like allowing, and sort of just like it kind of reminds me of, in the traditional deck, sort of like the Hangman, like having this perspective and like allowing things to unfold in their own natural rhythm, you know, and not necessarily being attached to outcomes, but you're just like being a witness to the unfolding, you know. So for sure, you know, like there's this new era that's kind of like coming online after the harsh reality checks of August. And, you know, it's just like we're kind of like watching this new world unfold, you know. I think that's happening just universally. Okay, so the cards we got the Blade, Lightning, and Flow. And it's interesting because, like, I did a reading like a couple days ago where this card has come up a lot in the last couple of weeks or whatever. And I think one of the readings I did with it actually accidentally got erased. But it was interesting because I'm like, I wonder if this thing is going to come to a head at the full moon, you know. And this is actually, I didn't mention it at the front, but this is a full moon reading too. Because the full moon is on the second, which is, you know, so this is like month of September, full moon, like this reading's got it all, you know. But like if you notice this like harsh truth, I mean this is a card of a harsh truth, you know, which is interesting because that was a total theme from last month. But like there's a full, you know, this shows the cycles of the moon on the card, but the full moon, you know, is falling on the blade. So it's just like this is really speaking to like a climax happening with some truth being revealed. And what's crazy is that the next card that comes out is Lightning, which, you know, I mean, these cards, I mean, this is like a harsh truth, you know, and then this is a card of just sort of like a sudden like shift in perspective that's just like undeniable. Like, you know, this new awareness is kind of like coming online, you know, whether you like it or not, you know, like the universe is like forcing its hand, you know. And so it's just sort of like there's this harsh truth and it's like causing this complete shift in awareness, like, and suddenly, you know. And it's crazy too because like there was just like all this thunder and lightning outside, and I think it might have stopped now. I don't know. We'll see if it comes back during the reading. But it's just like, oh my gosh, like things are changing. But then what's interesting is that it goes right into Flow, which this is beautiful, you know, because this is a card of just like, you know, like all of your chakras are in balance and you are in a state of abundance, you know, and like you are just kind of like in flow, like everything that you need comes to you as you need it, you know, and you're just like in sync with the universe. And yeah, it's almost like this harsh truth happens and it's like blocking whatever obstacles were blocking this from happening, you know. Which is interesting because there was a lot of stuff that was happening last month, and it was talking about like healing these wounds, you know. This happened, like came through with the Lionsgate portal, and it's like these wounds that were like blocking you from being in a state of flow. And that was a theme that came up a lot last month. So it's like, you know, this truth has happened, it cannot be denied, you know, full moon power. And like this is causing a total change in awareness, and you're just like suddenly like, you know what, this is my movie. Like I had this friend Joshua who was like one of my best friends from childhood, and that's what he'd always say. He's just like, this is my movie, like I'm the director, I'm the cinematographer, like I, you know, like I make the soundtrack, like this is my movie, you know. And yeah, like I mean these cards I think speak to someone like really coming into their power, you know. Okay, so I'm going to the Muse deck to get some overall energies for the reading. The Muse deck, I believe this was the giveaway for, I want to say it was for June. We gave this one away, and that one went to India too. So it's just like, oh my gosh, we've been sending a lot of decks to India. It's pretty wild. Because it's not like, you know, I have like the most watched channel on YouTube, but it seems like everybody who's watching it is watching it from India or something, you know. So, hey, how's it going? Okay. Oh, there's another one. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So this is interesting. So at the bottom, we have the 10 of emotions, which, wow, you know, this looks like it's going to be a good month, you know. It's just sort of like, this is a card of just total emotional fulfillment, you know, like this is like happiness, abundance, like, you know, it's emotional fulfillment, you know, like, which is like, that's good, you know. It's like beautiful too how like the colors of all the cards that came out really go this month. But okay, so we got the Page of Materials, which is like a tangible start, you know, like this is something that's like a message or something that's coming online, but in the like three-dimensional world. Like it's no longer in the realm of energy. Like this is like legit happening, you know. Sorry, I had to, okay, didn't want to do that on the camera. Okay, so then we have the Four of Inspiration, you know. So this is a card of like a really solid foundation, you know, that you can, I mean, it's like a marriage, family, stability card. I mean, this is kind of like a group of women who are like making this foundation, but which is interesting because like I feel like this card, I mean, I've just been noticing this lately that I don't know if there's any like males in this deck. Like I feel like this just came to me. Like it took me a while to pick up on this, but it's just like, oh yeah, the muses are women too, you know. So it's like really like empowering, you know. And then we have the Page of Inspiration. So, you know, this is like a new spark. So it's just like there's some new stability that's coming online, you know, and it's going to be very emotionally fulfilling, you know. I mean, in the traditional deck, it would be like a foundation for a marriage, but like, you know, this is like a pretty women's liberated deck. So, you know, take that how you will, but whatever this new foundation is, it's actually coming online in the three-dimensional world, and we're really inspired by it, and we're watching it unfolding, and like it was meant to be, like, you know, it's gonna happen suddenly, but it's like something that's like meant to be, you know. So looks like September is gonna be a big month, and it's like my birthday month, you know, so it's like happy birthday to me. All right, so now we're going to the Golden Art Nouveau, which is the deck that I'm going to give away for the month of September. So we'll feature that, see if you can get, you know, a little bit more clarity on, oh my gosh, what's going on. Oh my gosh, wow, okay, this is wild. This is a wild reading, oh my gosh, okay. I mean, this definitely looks like some big climactic stuff is happening this month for sure. And like stuff that's been like brewing for a while. Like this isn't like necessarily coming out of nowhere, you know, but it's going to happen suddenly, you know. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So at the bottom we have strength. You know, so it's going to it takes strength to like move through this moment, you know. But, all right, so this is what we got here. So we've got the Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Swords, you know. So it's like, it's interesting too because the Ace of Swords falls right on top of this blade, you know. And it's like whatever this is coming online in three-dimensional reality. So it's just like you cannot deny it. It's in like every direction. Like truth in your face in the three-dimensional world. Like this is happening, you know. And then on the next row on top of that we've got the Eight of Wands. So this is like coming in fast. This is a message, you know. And it's just like cannot be denied. Like this is happening, you know. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, you know, this is like this change in perspective that's sudden. It's going to lead to this new foundation. And it's like this is a big shift. Like, this is going to shake up your world. Like, things are going to change, you know, but it's actually a good change. I mean, this is the sun. Like, this is happiness, abundance, fertility, you know, like, this is the best card in the deck, you know? So it's just like, there's this truth that's happening, and it's going to bring in this new foundation, and it's actually going to be a really good thing, you know? But what's interesting is that we have the 8 and the 9 of Swords. So it's like this new spark, you know, and we're going to be in our flow. But it's interesting because I was talking about with the flow and you know, in August, like having to heal these wounds that were blocking your flow, you know. And so we've got all these, you know, fear, cards of anxiety, of like sort of like blocking yourself from seeing your way forward. And so this, like, to me speaks to the energies that need to be healed. Like, these are energies that will block your flow, you know, like if you're fearful and you're like, you know, totally like withdrawing from the world. I mean, I could totally relate to this state, you know, or just like not able to see your way forward because you're just kind of like blindfolded because you're just riddled with anxiety. And so it's like you're just kind of stuck, you know, which, I mean, that is like basically the state of like not being in flow, when your like emotions are stuck, like your energy isn't flowing anymore because you're stuck, you know. But we're like, there's this new inspiration here. So we're like moving out of this. We've like figured it out, you know, like we finally get what it is that we're doing that's like keeping us in this state. And we're moving on from that, creating a new foundation, really good one, you know. And it looks like this is all going to happen. Like, this is all going down like this month. Like, it's like really like, it's like Ding Dong the Witch is Dead. Like that might need to be the name of the reading for September. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Wow. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Wow. Like, this is really confirming what I was already talking about. So we got the 3 of Materials, so which is another card of like building this new foundation, you know, here. It's like there's this truth, undeniable truth, this message coming in, which is going to lead to this new foundation, which is kind of like what this stack was saying. You know, we're building this new foundation, this truth, undeniable truth is coming in, changing our perspective fast, you know. But we got the Magician on top of that, because it's like we've stepped into our power. We can now manifest this, you know. And then we have the Priestess, you know, which is another card of manifestation, you know. So it's like we have the Magician and we have the Priestess, you know. So it's just like we've overcome these wounds. We've come into our flow, and we can now manifest the life of our dreams, of what we desire, you know. It's like whatever it is in our perspective that's been holding us back from doing that, like, it's going to come to our awareness, and we're going to like overcome. We're going to overcome these blockages, and it's going to be like powerful. Okay, going to Sacred Destiny Oracle. And we're going to pull some final cards to end the reading. Oh, I want to do my little plug for ketones. So I've gotten really excited because I've been doing this. This is me paying the bills here, but I'm repping for this wellness company because, so if you didn't know, like, I'm not really aspiring to be a tarot reader with my channel. I'm just trying to build a community around wellness. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm repping for this wellness company. I'm really excited about it because, so ketones, it's exogenous ketones, and basically what they do is they catalyze a shift in the body from like carb burning to fat burning metabolism. So this has obvious benefits, like, you know, burning more fat. You know, that's not really the reason why I'm into it. I mean, these have like really profound benefits for like brain health too. Like my mom has dementia, so that's the reason I got into it in the first place. But it also has really profoundly helped with my autoimmune symptoms. So there's a lot of benefits. I'm going to put some links down below, you know, talking about my testimonial. There'll be one that has a video that explains how ketones work, and then, you know, also the ketone store. If you're interested in learning more about it, you know, just leave a message or reach out. But I'm really excited about it because it's kind of like disrupting the wellness market. It's like the product is like, I feel like super revolutionary, and it's kind of what we need in this moment of time, because it's just like really a tough moment, and we all kind of have to like rise up and like make things happen, you know. Okay, so the cards I got: security and adventure. Wow, so it's like kind of like we're suddenly building this stable foundation. It's like we've overcome all this fear and anxiety that's like held us back, and like suddenly I've stepped into some sort of stability here, and like out of this security is born this new sense of adventure. You know, we're going on this new adventure, you know. I mean, this is not how we've been walking through the world, you know, but we're changing things up. Like, this is a big shift. This is like the kind of shift of like someone going from like being single to being married, or, you know, something of that caliber. So it's going to be a big month. Keep me posted on how that goes. Don't forget to enter the, you know, drawing for the Golden Art Nouveau. That's this deck. In the description, and we'll check back with you soon. Oh, I should have pulled some full moon cards, because it's, okay, hold on one second. I'm just going to grab the decks. Okay, I'm going to do some moon cards because, you know, it is the full moon and everything. So I'm going to pull one from Moonology. And, okay, so this is what I get. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Let your freak flag fly. And then Queen of the Moon Oracle. We'll pull one from here too. Because it's like it's going to be an interesting month for sure. Okay. All right, we got new moons, new moon, beginnings. We're going on a new adventure for sure. And we also got action. Lights, camera, action. Here we go. Going on a new adventure. This is a start. So, on that note, I'll check in with you soon.